Besides their traditional characteristics of solidity and hardness, earth, fluidity, water, heat and activity, fire, motion, wind, and the encompassment of all the other four, emptiness, the five elements have each traditionally been aligned with a direction and a meditation Buddha as well. Thus, the earth contains the direction south and the Buddha Ratnasambhava, water, the east and the Buddha Ashkopya, fire, the west and the Buddha Amitabha, wind or air, the north and the Buddha Amagasiti, and emptiness, the center of all directions and the central Buddha Vairocana. Each of these Buddhas has its own meaning, color, symbol, and transformational wisdom. In esoteric Buddhism, each of them, along with their respective qualities, is to be meditated on in turn as a method of more effective resolution of life's problems and as a way leading to eventual enlightenment. Such meanings would have been clear to Musashi and his disciples, but would not necessarily have been spelled out by Musashi in a book on martial arts. The significance of the selection of the five elements for both the title and the structure of his work, however, remains. In passing, it is interesting to note that one of Musashi's most famous sculptures depicts Fudo-myo, a wrathful manifestation of the central Buddha Vairocana, who represents the fundamental nature of the universe. This Fudo-myo, whose name means immovable wisdom king, is represented with a sword to cut through our ignorance and a rope to bind up our emotions, actions Musashi deemed essential in the martial arts for being more effective. While given a wrathful expression, the figure is moved fundamentally by compassion, the very essence of the Kannon whom Musashi worshipped before writing this book. Both Fudo and Kannon are the symbols of the unshakable tranquility Musashi sought to translate to his students in their moments of life and death. Musashi wrote the Book of Five Rings at the end of his life as a guidebook for the disciples he had taught face to face. It was a broad outline, in a sense, of work he had done with them over a period of years, a reminder or prompt to guide them after he was gone. Some items were apparently so inimical to the written word that, after a line or two defining the subject, he simply wrote, "This is an oral tradition," meaning that it had to be passed on person to person, rather than in a book.